China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Part 3. Third, it will put a lot of pressure on the US to ensure its ability to fight more than one major regional conflict simultaneously. That is, if it has to confront the Chinese in the east and South China Seas, Pacific Ocean, as well as in the IOR, Arabian Sea, the theaters of the war will be changed altogether. Then at the same time, the confrontation, if it doesn't rise, can become detrimental. At the least, the US military effort will be divided between the two threats of war. Fourth, the US will require the services of its allies like Japan, South Korea, Australia, India, etc. to counter China on the seas, offshore balancing again. Whereas South Korea, Japan and Australia could be assisting the US in the East and South China Seas. Pacific Ocean region, India could possibly be given the major responsibility of the Indian Ocean. But will the Indians be willing to die for Uncle Sam? Though historically speaking they have done so for His Majesty the King of Great Britain. But I don't think so. I won't think so that India would ever do what Pakistan did for USA. And this is what I believe, rightly so. So I disagree to this idea. Fifth, the Chinese could possibly block Hormuz Strait from the Makaran coast and Bab el-Mandeb from Djibouti, thus sealing off both theaters of war from Middle East, Europe and Mediterranean, if and when required, for strategic reasons of course. They won't block it by any means. It's a trade route and they certainly prosper themselves by the trade routes. This is what they may use as to deter somebody, nothing more than a deterring policy. Because if they go into a conflict, they won't achieve anything at all. The IOR is now likely to get further nuclearized too at an increasing hectic pace. It already has the Indian and US navies with their phenomenal arsenals, nuclear including present in the region. Pakistan has recently demonstrated its nuclear tried capability. China will eventually show its presence in the IOR, Arabian Sea, with competing military prowess. All this promises to make overall strategic mix in the region even more potent, ominous and complex. Thus the battle lines continue to be relentlessly drawn in the choppy waters of the Pacific Ocean and IOR Arabian Sea complex in what could possibly be next to most likely theaters of war. The CPAC appears to portend colossal strategy ramifications at the regional and global levels. When we talk about the international strategic situations, we depend a lot on the perceptions, and whatever we have done here today is also to work on the perceptions. What actually China may require here, China would never desire a conflict, or so to say a military conflict. They desire to have their trade route, and they in fact want to make their trade route safe, fluent and frequent. For this they may use their military presence only to deter someone who may be a threat. So it is only to deter a threat. But if on any of the occasions, may it be China or USA or any of the other power, if they entangle themselves in a military campaign, believe you me, they are the losers themselves. whatever the position they may hold, once they are indulged in a military campaign, they are the losers all the time.